Ooh. Yes, yes, yes. So we wanted to put together a call today, right? Obviously, we do our Motivated Monday calls kind of every Monday. But this week, we wanted to make sure we kind of gave some of our students the opportunity to somebody loud. I'm just gonna mute you for you, Bam. That's all good. Right. So we want to give some of you all an opportunity to kind of hear from people that were in your seats not too long ago, right? And so just some of their experiences, things they wish they kind of would have accounted for, things that are working out for them now, but what they wish they would have known a little bit better. We want to kind of give them all an opportunity. So we will start. I will just give them all kind of a chance to introduce themselves quickly, just the name, kind of college major, if you have one. And then I have a few questions, but I really want this conversation to be led by our current students. I really want them to ask, any kind of questions that they have. So we'll start with, I'll highlight you and then you can kind of, introduce yourself, and then, and then that's what we'll do. So we're going to start with Brother Mizael. I'll let you kind of introduce yourself first.
Okay, my name is Mizael. I go to UGA. My major is business marketing. Any questions? That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we need. And then we'll add in, and then we'll kind of do questions for everybody at the end. You up next, Alicia. You're the first person that I scroll by.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Alicia Armstead, and I attend Tuskegee University. My major is animal science.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Brother Tyler, tell the people about yourself.
What's up, everyone? My name is Tyler. Of course, I'm a freshman. I go to Morehouse, and I major in economics.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Hey, everyone. My name is Mai Wynn, and I go to UGA, and I'm majoring in psychology pre-PA.
Nice.
Hey everyone, I'm Ania Thomas. I go to Tennessee State, the one and only HBCU that you cannot get rid of. Let me stop. I'm a biology major.
Biology major, Tennessee State. Let's go. Sharnice.
Hi everyone. I'm at Tuskegee University and I am a sales and marketing major.
Nice. Nemo, you are up. Oh, we lost Nemo.
Hi guys.
Oh, there we go. Nemo gonna get back with us. Nemo gonna get back with us. Now we hear you.
Hi guys, okay? I'm Nemo. You can hear me now?
Yes.
All right, my name is Nemo. I go to Texas Tech University, and I'm a kinesiology and American Sign Language major.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing American Sign Language.
Yeah, I get to add it on my sophomore year.
That's dope. Okay, that's what's up. So we have a couple of other college students that we are expecting, but for now, this is what I see. So I'm gonna just leave y'all on screen, and I'll start. Okay, so all of our pre-college students, any questions that you have, you can absolutely begin just putting them in the chat when they come to mind, and we will kind of get them in to the conversation. But I will start with this, and any of you can jump in. You don't have to answer every question, but any of you can jump in on this. What is the biggest difference between high school and college?
You're gonna go.
Okay, I'll go. I feel like the biggest difference, I think about this a lot, is how we spend our class time. There's a big difference from high school to college. I noticed once I got here that you spend little to no time in class doing work. So in high school, we would spend time doing assignments, working on projects. Once you're here, class time is just spent for lecturing and quizzes and tests. So all of the work that you do is going to be outside of the class time. So you have to have that diligence. You have to prioritize manage time in order to get all of your assignments done not class time to work on them.
That's really important to know. Yeah.
I would
Anybody else?
I would definitely say like the level of freedom that we have now, because now that you're not really doing the work in class, you have to find the time to, between hanging out with your friends, extracurriculars that you're a part of, and the work, like really finding time to do that work. And although we probably get more time than we had in high school, the deadlines really creep up on you. Like one day is Monday, next day it's already Friday, and your week went by you just like that. So really just managing for the more freedom that you have now.
I would like to add on one of the biggest difference in high school compared now to college is the grading system. I noticed that professors, they're more precise with their grading rather than high school. It was kind of just if you did it. Yes, and also one thing that I noticed that you now you kind of just have to like stay on top of like your professors and stuff when it comes to putting grades or knowing what your grade is, because like I said, they do grade things more precise, and you would like to know your grade ahead of time instead of at the last minute in case you want to try to change it or make it better.
Absolutely. I respect that.
Adding on to that, something that I've noticed about college is office hours. In high school, you had none of those.
All right. So tell them what office hours is, right? So no, that's real. Like office hours are important.
You show up, your teacher like schedules a certain amount of time. You can come and just walk in, or you can schedule your own office hours, just personal. You can ask them for help in the class. There's so many they can be used as a resource, and they're really great.
Absolutely. So there are ways to get assistance in college. Teachers are really accessible, but they might be accessible for a very particular a limit of time, right? So you can't just assume that you're going to be able to talk to them all of the time, but there are times where teachers will set aside on their syllabus that you can kind of meet with them or meet with their graduate assistant or something like that. And you should definitely take advantage of those things. That's what's up. Okay. Anybody else want to respond on that one? Just curious.
For me, it is the people at the school. So for me, at Tennessee State, most people came in friend groups already. So you're not welcome in their friend group because they are going to kick you out so quick. Most definitely. So when you come to college, you're not going to be easy to make friends, depending where you're going, of course. But yeah, definitely the people who.
I have something to say as well. I would say that like high school is very like lenient about a lot of things. Like you come from high school and you're like, you think that you just go to class and you think it's like easy, you get A's, you know, and then you come here, you go to class, it's not enough. Like you go to class, you actually gotta like study. Like you actually have to study. Like if you're not used to studying in high school, that's okay. But when you get here, you better like grasp onto a study method like ASAP. Because if not, you're gonna like go down like real fast. And that's just being real because I've been there. So that's literally the lenience of high school to here. It's so different and it's crazy.
I also wanted to add it on to the office hours. You should definitely take advantage of your professor's office hours, not only if you need help with anything, but also to have a personal one-on-one experience with your professor. So they can actually see your face, know who you are, and know that you're actually trying in their class. Because in college, necessarily, even if you go to class or sometimes you don't, they don't take attendance, you don't have to pay attention. It's more of what you want to do. So if you actually go to their office hours and ask questions and do things like that, you get a better relationship with them. And that can also help you. Like, let's say you have a C in their class. They may bump you up to a B depending on where you are just because y'all have that close relationship.
Right. So let me ask you this, because I'm sure nobody in here has this experience for the pre-college people. What is the largest class that some of you have sat in? Right.
Oh my goodness.
400.
Chemistry?
The smallest class I have is like 100.
The smallest class is 100. Okay.
The smallest class, like the largest class I have is like 400 to 500 people or more. I don't even know. It's just too many people.
Right. So like Alicia is saying, if a teacher has 400 or 500 people in a class, they're not going to know you unless you do something extra to make yourself be known. right? And a lot of y'all not gonna raise your hand and speak out a lot during the lecture. Y'all not gonna talk during class. So sometimes going to those office hours become a way for you to build that kind of relationship with your teacher so that they at least kind of recognize your name, right? You want them to recognize your name.
I kind of want to say something on that.
Go ahead.
One thing that is different is like the social life, because from high school, you're with the same people in the same classes for pretty much a semester. And just by y'all being in that close of vicinity, it's a lot easier to make friends. But college, people here to get degrees. So you really got to put yourself out there more if you really want to make connections, make friends. You have to kind of initiate, if it makes sense.
Absolutely.
One thing I wanted to say about class size. So here at Tuskegee, my biggest class is around 30, nearly 40. So I feel like one thing to consider when choosing your school is what setting works best for you. I'm happy with my choice to come to a smaller school just because I prefer that more personalized learning setting. I'm not sure what I would do in a class with 400 people in mind. I don't know how you do that, but I think that is something to consider when choosing your school, how many people go there and what the class size would be.
That is definitely something to consider, right?
I'm not gonna lie, like it was a bit like UGA is beautiful and a lot of things about it made me come here, but like the class size was the biggest thing for me for sure. And having like social anxiety, it was so like honestly, if anybody does decide like me and I like you have anxiety and you have like things that like big like a lot of like big class sizes and stuff, honestly, it's better if you choose to sit in the front because you don't see anybody behind you. So it's honestly best to sit in the front.
Good stuff. I want to give Aisha a chance to tell Aisha, when they introduced themselves, they only said their school and their name and their major. So you can jump in with that.
Okay, hello. My name is Aisha Boyce. I attended Clark Atlanta University. My major is dual degree engineering computer science with the concentration in environmental engineering.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, so I see a couple of questions have started coming in. Someone asked, do you have to share a dorm room in college? But we'll expand that question to just be, what has been an interesting experience in some of your residential life for all of you. So anybody want to give some interest? Boy, I saw a head turn when I said that. Don't tell that story. Don't tell that story, but another story. So what has dorm life been like for some of y'all?
Okay. I got permission from my roommate.
Who wanna go first?
Okay, so by me going to Tuskegee, majority of like Tuskegee's halls, dorms, they're not co-ed, but they're like single gender. I actually stay in the only co-ed dorm on campus, and I feel like one of the best things by staying in a co-ed dorm is that it allows us to have this family type of bond. I'm not really sure how the other residence halls are, but from what I know, being in a co-ed dorm, it adds a lot of personality. It's always fun. And it just creates a family vibe. So that's probably like the highlight of living in my residence hall.
I'll say for Morehouse, it's definitely not what I expected. Like when I applied and stuff. So here at Morehouse, like we all have each freshman dorms. So the way that we categorize our dorms by our majors, and like to really like ease off the masculinity in the dorms, we have like a lot of freshman dorm activities where the dorms battle each other. So for example, this Saturday we're having like a basketball tournament for our dorms, and we also have activities like freshman stroll-offs, or and each dorm has their own council. So really like the dorms is like really like your own house. So it's the best. It's definitely like interesting, like being in a dorm with a bunch of like guys, and like it's a late nights. Like it's really a party every night. So, and as far as like the roommate situation, I mean, just find somebody that you know, and just be like communicate with them just to make sure the boundaries are set.
Okay. Well, I would say my dorms, the way my dorms are set up, it's like I live in like a very bougie dorm compared to like most of these dorms around here. like the dorm that I stay in looks like a hotel. But if you go to like any other dorm like near campus, it's like you're living in like a classroom. And it's like it's I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. It's more so you have to adjust. You have to adjust to how you're living. Like if you're with a roommate or something. I have a roommate and it's we're okay. I would say that. We're iffy. It's more so like communication on everybody's part. It's hard when like I communicate and she doesn't, and then it's like, it's like hard on you because you're talking so much and you're talking like you want to compromise, but she's just like just running by. Then it's kind of hard. But honestly, communication is key when you have a roommate. But the dorms, it's pretty cool. It's different. You can do whatever you want. And at like 3 in the morning, like I'll be working out at like 5 in the morning and my mom can't say nothing to me. So yeah, it's very different.
Okay, well, for me, I don't live in a freshman dorm. I live in more of an upperclassman dorm. So we have we don't share a bathroom on the floor. We have our own bathroom. And I do have a roommate, but like there's somewhat of a wall between us. So we don't always have to interact if we don't want to. But I really like my roommate. She's really cool. And I talk to her all the time. I'll come in the room at like 3 in the morning and we'll just be in there talking.
I would like to add to like something about for roommates and stuff like that. If you have the opportunity to communicate with your roommate before move-in date, then please do so, because I know for me, I reached out to my roommate way like I think like a month or two before school even started. And so when we actually moved in, it was like, oh hey, like we actually had this kind of bond already set. And now we hang out together all the time. So it just makes it easier adjusting. Like, sometimes when you first move in, it's like you're meeting this person you never met before. And it's like, especially if you're in a freshman dorm and y'all probably are going to live like real close to each other to the point where y'all won't have your own separate spaces. It's always good to try to reach out before moving in.
That's what's up.
Okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
For me, I go to a PWI, so my roommate is not kinfolk, So it's learning how to coexist with even your differences. Like we don't like the same music, like we don't like the same food, but we're still learning how to coexist in the same space and finding those commonalities and finding those pet peeves that each of your roommates have, or like boundaries that they just don't want to be crossed and you don't want to be crossed, and learning to respect each other's space is really a big thing.
That's what's up. I'm gonna move. I see another. Are we still going? Oh, who's talking?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Amelia.
My bad. Okay, so for me, it's very much different from everybody else. Tennessee State actually is one of the top schools with the most students for the school year. So we kind of been running out of space on where to live. I'm gonna definitely say this before I go on. Please do your housing the minute that housing application opens. Because if you don't, you will not be in a room and you'll be in a hotel like everybody else. I am in a freshman all girls room, and I hate to say this, but they call our dorm room the zoo. It has a bad rep to it, but it is what it is. The living space, we're currently the biggest dorm hall, but we don't have the biggest of rooms. It's not bad, but yes, please do communicate with your roommate, because me and my roommate, we will bicker and snicker over the AC unit because one hates waking up to the cold, the other one cannot sleep in the heat. But living wise, we always have our own sink, but we share a bathroom. Be clean, be tidy. I am going to say that because you will wake up to messages every night. Y'all are dirty. Just gonna say that. It's terrible. Make connections with your RAs. I would definitely say that because the RAs here on my floor are pretty cool. I'm on the first floor and I'm really tight with my RA. She'll let me know, hey, y'all gotta dip or I need to stay. Build connections in the dorm hall, because some nights you just might be one of those nights where you might want to go out to party, but you forget your key. You need a friend to open that door, make connections, most definitely.
Yeah. And listen, college is a time where you really get an opportunity to build some friendships. You're going to have different experiences with your friends in college than in high school because of some of that freedom that our college students are talking about. So you're going to have some different opportunities to kind of expand relationships in a different kind of way. The next question I see, just Tyler, I think you're the only one that is at a gender specific school. So someone asked, how is it attending an all male college like Morehouse? And would you compare it to anything co-ed like in high school?
Hey, Kenny, I got an additional question on that.
Okay, no, go ahead. Throw it out there. Go ahead.
There's still Tyler, still Morehouse, still a question. Does the School of Medicine students live in the same dorm as you? Because School of Medicine has female and male students, Tyler.
School of Medicine is actually outside of our campus. So Morehouse, Clark, Spelman, and Morehouse School of Medicine, we're all like in the same area, but like everyone has their own campuses. And how is it attending an all boys school? I mean, it's really nothing major because like what people don't understand, like when you're here at Morehouse, like it's very often that you'll see like people like girls from Clark or girls from Spelman. Like it's really not much of an all male environment. We just take classes with all males and our dorms are all males. But outside of that, I mean, it's a great education, so it's really not much of a big thing to me.
Yeah.
And can you compare
the AU Center really is like that, right? So, and I'm sure, you know, Aisha can speak to that as well, that they're really like one big school, even though it's 4 schools there, right? And so like there are some things that are kind of specific, but realistically speaking, you can take classes on really any of the other campuses most of the time, right? It's more historical that they kind of remain separate institutions, which is cool. Good stuff. So a student asked, how did you know what school you wanted to attend? And I'll add to that, do all of you feel like you made the right decision? How about that as we're a semester in? So how did you know what school you wanted to attend?
Which one offered the most money?
And that is a good answer.
Yeah.
So he said he got no scholarship. That's real. Okay.
Yeah. Besides the scholarship, because PSU did offer me a lot of money, it was our tour guide. So for Upper Bound, we came to TNC State, and at first I was definitely not going to apply to here, but Mr. Kenny somehow persuaded me. We're not going to go there because Kenny is Kenny. But I definitely love the scenery, and our tour guide, he made it fun, and he made PSU seem fun, and PSU is fun when you make it fun. But yeah, definitely the tour guide and the money.
Right. Okay.
For me, I chose of like what I want to do in life. So I want to be a veterinarian. Not too many schools have like agriculture, animal science majors and stuff like that. And I also wanted to be around people who are like me. So that's why I decided to go to an HBCU. And Tuskegee is known for like their vet program, their animal science program. They pamper us a lot all the time. So I'm actually glad that I made the decision to come here.
So
I think mine was school pride. Like the people who go here, they bleed red and black. Like you can't tell them anything about their school or they're gonna come for you. And I kind of like that spirit of school pride.
That's what's up. My, were you gonna add? I saw you trying to get in. It's double Dutch out here.
I would definitely. This is a good question for me because I would say I didn't even want to go here. This was not even an option for me. I wanted to go to like California, like all across the state, and I was so in love with California that UGA was never an option for me. It was like a safety school, and then when I decided, I was like, okay, UGA is offering me a lot of money. And so I was like, let me just take a look at it. And so I toured up here by myself without even telling my parents. And I walked around, and like the moment I stepped on campus, everybody was so nice to me. It was like the most kindness I've ever like seen in like the matter of like 30 seconds. And the people here are amazing. The scenery here, it's like as soon as I stepped on campus, I knew it was for me. Even though it is majority white, it's very different from where I've been. And it's like you got to make your own people. that's what it's like. You make it or break it. So just make your people, and once you step onto a campus and you feel like it's your place, you'll know immediately. It's not like something like you're gonna be like, okay, do I really want to go here? If you feel like you're second guessing yourself anywhere, don't go there. It's not the place for you.
Respect that.
For me, I always knew I wanted to go to a HBCU. I only applied to HBCUs. Clark Atlanta, I just really applied because the Black comment application, and they ended up accepting me. I wanted to go to Savannah State, but they were taking too long to respond. So I just made a choice, and I chose Clark Atlanta. And I would say it was my best choice. I love it here. This was truly the college for me. So I am happy with my decision. I wouldn't want to change schools.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Anybody else? I'm gonna keep going. All right. Okay. So someone asked, are any of you in like any kind of specific programs to help? So I see like Honors College, are there first generation kind of mentorship programs? Anything like that? I know at some of your campuses there is like student support services, which is another TRIO program, but are any of you in any kind of programs like that that kind of helped with the transition at all? Or are those resources readily available on your campus? Like, are there resources for that kind of stuff?
Yes, there's a bunch. You can go to CAPS for mental health, and there's also the TRIO one. You can go to Millage. Is it Millage?
I don't
It's the
know.
one next to the Stanford Stadium.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
here at Clark Atlanta, of course you have like the counseling center if you ever need to talk to anybody, but before you even get there, during new student orientation and all that types of stuff, they already have people there for you. They have a group of people, they're called OG, there are orientation guides. They basically tell you everything you need to know about the campus, give you a tour. They have like little support groups like during the student orientation for you, so you can get used to Clark and make friends before you actually start your classes.
Okay, good stuff. All right, I guess the rest of y'all ain't using resources. It's all good. Maybe you don't need.
We're not. So, I don't know about that. So here at Census State, we had a TRIO upper bound program, but the person who ran it decided to dip and said, forget about us. Yeah. So I couldn't join that, but we do have a Tiger Buddy system, basically, where an upperclassman will take in a freshman and under their wing and everything, and they'll be our support system and our guide when we need help. So my Tiger Buddy is actually my older cousin who's a senior. So that's been pretty cool and everything because she's been giving me like the cheat codes around school.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. Someone asked, could you guys kind of expand a little bit more about your majors? And well, I'll answer some of this for them. So they said how the majors have affected you mentally, but I will tell all of you that are still in high school, the majority of them probably haven't taken a lot of classes in their majors just yet, right? Because when you go to college, some of, dual enrollment aside, some of them have had so many dual enrollment classes that this might shift a little bit. But for the most part, your first year or two of college, you're going to be taking kind of general elective, kind of not elective, but general classes, right? So you're going to be doing some math, some sciences that might not be specifically geared towards your major. And you really might not get heavy into your major classes until your second semester of your sophomore year or even into your junior year. But a student did want to know if you could kind of expand. So what is it that you want to do in your career with the major that you have? If a couple of y'all can answer that question.
So I'm a sales and marketing major.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Shanice. You good?
I'm a sales and marketing major, and I hope to go into real estate. So while I'm here, I plan to get a few internships, not just with real estate, but with sales and marketing, just because real estate internships may be a few. But we do have opportunities here like job fairs. We have a lot of speakers in our School of Business coming in, offering opportunities. But yeah, just getting some experience in sales and marketing, then getting my real estate license, and hopefully getting into my career so eventually I can do or sell luxury real estate.
Luxury real estate. Okay. I wanna be rich enough to be one of your clients one day. I'm gonna work on it. I gotta get my life together.
For me, I already stated my major is animal science. And I already said I want to become a veterinarian. But being an animal science major, it allows you to like do other things. You can decide if you want to deal with agriculture. You decide if you want to deal with wildlife, forestry, and other different things. It just broadens your spectrum of what you want to actually do. I know for me, since I do want to go to vet school and stuff like that, I have to have a certain amount of hours. I have to have internships, externships, and things in that nature. And I have to have about 200 hours of lab experience, well, vet experience, and then another set of hours for actual animal experience. So as of right now, by me being a freshman, I've just been working on the farm, working in the lab, dealing with all types of animals, dealing with cattle, dealing with rodents and different things in that nature, just to get me acclimated to what I'm actually doing. And so far, it's been good.
Good. All right.
Okay, you can go ahead.
I would say my major is psychology and TRIO, and I saw that somebody asked what TRIO was. TRIO is a physician's associate, so you're basically a doctor. You're doing the duties of a doctor, but it's like you don't have basically the requirements that you need to be as a doctor. So it's like less. Honestly, I chose this because it's less schooling as well. But it definitely is. The difficulty level is basically going to med school. But I would say as a psychology major, you would think that it's like beneficial in your way, but I am very stressed. I would say that it's because of PPA. I have to take a lot of like STEM classes, and here chemistry here is like so bad. It's so bad here, and I am stressing about my STEM classes like all the time. So psychology is very amazing, but it's just the studying. It's very like hardcore. It's ridiculous. Like I'm doing it right now as I'm talking to you guys, but it's like once you get into your majors, it'll be a lot harder though. But yeah.
And I wanted to add on to that because if you're doing anything involving STEM, science, or anything like that, it's going to be relatively difficult compared to any other major because you're going to have to take a lot of biology courses, chemistry courses, and stuff like that. And like Mai said, chemistry at Tuskegee is bad. It's a little terrible. And I have to take chemistry pretty much all the years that I'm here, especially undergraduate. So especially it's like since I took dual enrollment, I'm kind of ahead, which means I'm getting deeper into the subjects of these courses. So you're gonna stress. So be prepared.
And adding on to that, I would definitely say the main advice I would have to give is take your dual enrollment classes, because once you get here, it's going to be so different. I wish I would have taken more core dual enrollment classes, no matter how much the money was, because dual enrollment is a lot cheaper than tuition, of course, but it's like dual enrollment is so much easier than like actual university credits. Like if I took in more core credits, I think I would have definitely been less stressed out. Like if you feel like you're struggling in anything like math or something, go ahead and take it and do enrollment. It'll be a lot less stressful on you in college.
So since you are there, and we're jumping around a little bit, but I do see that Lindsay asked the question, for those of y'all that did do dual enrollment in high school, do you feel that dual enrollment prepares you for going to college, and were your dual enrollment tasks did they mirror the feeling that you have now that you're in college? So that's a question that's also down in the chat. So for those of y'all that did do dual enrollment, do you feel like it was helpful for you now that you're in college? And if you can speak on some of that, please feel free.
I would say yes and no, because you don't really have that college feel of being in the dorm room and having that freedom to, I don't want to go to class, and I don't feel like getting up and your professors, I feel like in dual enrollment are a lot more lenient, if that makes sense. But also it does kind of prepare you for the workload. The work itself, yes, but the social aspect of having so many things that can block you from doing your work, it doesn't equate to the same.
Yeah, I think Nemo said it perfectly. I think the only way it helped me is just by having those credits like under my belt. So a lot of my classes I was able to bypass because I'm doing enrollment. But as far as like actually preparing me for college, I wouldn't say it did the best job because like now with the class that I take now, if I'm not feeling like going to class, like it's easy just like stay in bed and sleep. So like Nemo saying, it definitely prepares.
Not that Tyler ever does that. Tyler never does that. He's just saying it's an option. Not Tyler.
Yeah.
I would say for me, it's yes and no as well. It's definitely more of a no because during COVID, I actually didn't go on campus for COVID related reasons or just because I didn't want to be in an actual classroom setting. So that's where for me, it didn't really help because actually being in the setting and stuff like that, it's actually different. And it didn't help me actually get acclimated to like being in a dorm, actually deciding if I want to wake up and go to class or not, but actually go to class. I go to class. But it did help for as like the workload or getting like some of your core classes out the way and helping you get ahead.
Good stuff. Anybody else? Okay. Let me ask this now, and see now I'm at the bottom, so I'm just gonna work my way back up. For those of y'all that went out of state, was it scary to move away from home? And that really doesn't even have to be out of state, because some of y'all, going to UGA from Griffin is not necessarily close. Some of y'all out of state people are just as close, probably as Maya is to Athens, as Athens is to Griffin. But how was it, and was it frightening to move away from your parents' house, move away from family, and kind of go off into a dorm?
Okay, so I am 4 hours away from home. And it wasn't scary at first until I got here because I learned the dangers the hard way. They didn't tell us about the animals that could or could not kill you on campus. Like, for instance, we have eagles and badgers on campus, and they will get very close and swap at you. The spiders will come and attack you in the middle of the nights. So being in harm's way, like my people, very unlikely on campus, but off campus, it is definitely dangerous, especially here in Tennessee, because Tennessee is now renewing where they're bringing back racism and slavery, so-called. So for us, Tennessee State students, we have a now buddy system because one of our students got attacked by a Caucasian who snuck on campus because, of course, he was a racist. I do get worried because our start of our school year was pretty bad. We were on the news for a lot of stuff currently, either for teachers or for students dying on campus. We've currently had lost 3 students on campus, either due to car accidents or gun violence, of course. But yes.
I would definitely say like 100%. I'm 17 hours away from home. So like I'm halfway across the country from everything I knew, but I'm also kind of glad I did because you really meet a whole different variety of people, and because the world is so much bigger than home. So seeing how other people live, how other sceneries live, I'm kind of glad that I did.
So, anybody? No? Okay.
Wait, can I just ask Nemo, like, how do you manage that 17 hours? That's crazy.
I've been traveling back to campus since 4 a.m. I'm still in the car.
Oh.
Yeah.
Since 4 a.m.
Nemo, where do you go to school? I may have missed that. This is Miss Stokes.
Texas Tech.
Nemo was at Texas Tech. Ooh. Somebody asked do y'all get tired of cafeteria food?
Yes, 100%. I do all the time. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't live that far away from home, so I could go back and get some food.
Can you
Right.
order Chick-fil-A?
Wait, who was that? Somebody said, do you order Chick-fil-A?
We
Yeah.
have a Chick-fil-A on our campus, so that's where I go, but you'll definitely go broke here.
Yes.
We hate
Don't go broke. Use your meal plan.
See, that's what we got in trouble with. But cafeteria food, yes, I hate it because they served the same thing every day. So all you have is your pizza station, your deli station, and your salad bar, and hamburgers and French fries, and I just can't. But we have a Pizza Hut and Starbucks and Chick-fil-A on campus, and some other things, but I never see them. You'll definitely go broke. As a freshman here, you'll get like 300 DBs, which are dining bucks. And I am now left with $5.98 on mine.
Got that ramen for the rest of the semester, huh? Okay.
And my Cash App, all my work money gone.
The struggle is real at TSU.
The struggle is real.
I would say the only day that we really look forward to the calves are Wednesdays, and even that is becoming like with everything. So I don't know.
Tell them what happens on Wednesdays, Tyler. Let them know.
Oh, it's just a fried chicken Wednesday, and that's the only day in the cap that to me they put. Well, I don't want to talk bad about my cap, but that's the only day that I look forward to going there. But
they put love in the food on Wednesdays, Dion. That's what he said, Mrs. Stokes. Love in the food on Wednesdays.
They be coming over to Clark. That's why we be crowded. The lines be long over at CAU.
So
I would say I'd rather go to Morehouse for their fried chicken Wednesday. Clark been falling off lately. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh, you heard it from a Panther. You heard it from a Panther.
You're hear from a Tiger too. I don't want it.
Oh, goodness.
I had the fried chicken for the first time last week. Awful.
Okay, so you guys do know that you're making the HBCUs cap. Can we get Tuskegee? How's the food at Tuskegee? Can I get somebody else from an HBCU to represent the Southern hospitality of HBCU? Can I please?
For me, I haven't been to the CAF in 3 weeks. I just thought that's excluding the break. I just haven't. I'm just tired of it. But fried chicken Wednesday is really good. But I'm tired of going to it every Wednesday. I'm definitely changing my meal plan next year. Like I can't do this. Like I'm tired.
Ms. Ayel and Mai don't look disappointed at all at the UGA cafeteria. They're like, oh, gonna stay quiet. They like, we just gonna stay quiet on this one.
Hey, Kenny, they got about 5 cafeterias at UGA.
They got different priorities. You can go to Joe Frank for sushi on, I think, Sunday and Saturday.
Even Aisha hand turned like, for sushi? What?
I got a sushi bar, but they ain't even open hours yet.
That's what's up. Okay, that was that's funny. Oh man, that's funny. So a student asked, what were some of the outside scholarships that y'all applied for? Like, did y'all get? I know a lot of y'all already said y'all kind of got money offered from your school, and it was good money, and that's great. Did y'all get outside scholarships as well to kind of supplement some of that?
CTC.
CTC scholarship. I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna come back and visit that later. What's up? Anybody else?
I did 2 things. So I did a website called bold.org. Definitely do that because that's really simple. And also
Type it in the chat when you finish talking. I'm just telling you.
Oh.
When you finish talking.
Also, my school, they have like different chapters in each state. So the Atlanta chapter had a little scholarship thing, and we had to write an essay. So I was able to get $10,000 for that.
Nice. Any of you that are going to schools, there are probably, like she said, alumni associations in your particular areas that you should look into once you kind of decide what school you're going to. A lot of schools have alumni associations that serve different parts of the country. Anybody else had any outside scholarships that they applied to or the students should be aware of?
If you're very involved in different clubs and organizations, definitely take advantage of the different scholarships that they will offer to you. I definitely took advantage of applying for scholarships and different clubs and organizations that I was a part of. And by me being so involved within those organizations, it caused me to get some scholarship money. So definitely take advantage of that if you are in any other clubs.
Okay, good stuff. what is something that you guys are looking forward to for the rest of your college time, for the rest of your time at your institutions?
Finishing.
Really getting into major specific classes and being here for what I really came for.
I would say the all the events they do on campus and joining more clubs. For me, I already kind of started my major classes, so it's not really nothing for me because I'm already doing this. But yeah, just the stuff that happens on campus. They always have something going on campus, and yeah.
That's important, Aisha. I'm gonna come back to that too. Go ahead, Tyler.
We also like certain leadership roles and certain extracurricular activities, and yeah, just seeing what like who I'm gonna be after these 4 years and like all that I accomplished.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to getting more hands-on experience, like especially in my major. I plan on being at Tuskegee for about the next 7 or 8 years. So I don't know. I just look forward to more hands-on experience.
And she's saying that's for her veterinarian training. That's not undergrad. She don't plan to be a super senior out there, just in case y'all heard that wrong. She's trying to, that's grad school that she's talking about.
Same thing for me. I'm trying to feel the real Tennessee State experience because we didn't get much of that because the school is kind of on budgets. But also I am going to also be at Tennessee State for another 7 to 8 years for physical therapy school.
That's the plan. So let me ask this, right? Because I know all of y'all. Y'all are all amazing people, right? Y'all were doing things in high school. Now you're in school. So a couple of y'all are saying, that what you're looking forward to is getting more involved on campus. What advice would you give to like people that are, really active in high school? Would you suggest coming into college and joining, because some of y'all was in 8 different clubs when you was walking around your high school. Then you go to college and it's like, listen, you got to be careful about where you put your time and your energy. So what advice would y'all give to those, kind of hyperactive, overachieving high school students? Like what would you say to them as they go into college?
The beautiful thing about college is you don't have to commit. You can show up like 1 or 2 days like, yeah, this doesn't fit in my schedule. Let me just move it to the side.
Okay. What's up?
For me, I know I joined band when I first got here, and I ended up quitting because I think for your freshman year, I don't think you should join anything. I think you should get used to it, used to college life, your workload so far, because I think freshman year, it'll be probably one of your lightest years in college. Once you get used to that, then maybe you could join other stuff, but I just think you should enjoy it first and get your freshman experience.
I agree with Aisha. I would recommend maybe starting out by just getting a feel for your schedule, how much study time you're going to need. For those of you working, I work all days throughout the week. So how that goes with my school schedule. I did not join anything, unfortunately. I do plan to next year just because I know I'll be more comfortable with everything. But just keep that in mind with thinking about study time, working on assignments, if you're working, and class time.
Does anybody else work? That's another question. Alicia, you can go ahead, but somebody asked, do y'all have jobs? And how does that work with your balance? If you have a job, do you work on campus? Do you work off campus? But y'all can kind of speak to some of that too, if any of you are working. But go ahead, Alicia.
I would say for me, I'm in about 4 clubs already in college. To me, it's not hard. And to me, I look at it as like a way of getting to know people, networking. So if you have time, then do it. Like, I know for me, I make time for the things that I want to do. I go to the meetings and stuff. It's good to learn new things. And a lot of times in a lot of different clubs and stuff like that, you get to do internships depending on what you want to do. They'll offer these different trips and stuff for you. And you get, like I said, networking. So please network. And it just makes your years over time easier. Because you know people coming in and stuff like that. I have met quite a few people and it has benefited me so far. So I mean, if you're able to balance that out and make the time for it, then I say go for it. Of course, you don't have to join like 4 or 5 clubs, but at least try to join one and see how it goes. And the thing about it is being in clubs, of course, they're going to be understanding that you won't be able to make it to every single meeting and stuff like that because y'all are in college. So, you know, that's something to look at. You don't have to be fully committed because I mean, like, I know at Tuskegee, we pay dues and stuff like that. So they could really care like if you come or not. So, I mean, it just really depends. But I would definitely say join at least for the networking and getting, you know, learning new things and stuff of that nature.
I am currently in 3 clubs. One we had to personally start because they didn't want us to do it. So that's a skating club. We roller skate and stuff. I'm also doing tour guiding, and I am working on a baton club. So I used to do band, but we're not going to talk about that because, you know, but I was a band baby in high school. And definitely, I will say just have time management if you're going to do things in college, especially your freshman year, because you're adjusting to a new schedule, especially from waking up from 7 o'clock in the morning versus you probably have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning for college because we have 7 o'clock classes in the morning. But if you're going to do band, I'm just going to say prepare for heat because you are going to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and not hit your bed till 2 o'clock in the morning. That is some serious stuff. And if you know you cannot handle it, do not push yourself too much where you're like, I'm gonna keep doing it, but I can't handle it. You're going to hurt yourself that way and you're not gonna wake up for your classes. Another thing is be discreet. Your freshman year, you cannot pledge for anything, of course, but if you're planning to pledge, be discreet or just do anything on campus. You need to be discreet about it because that's not like everybody's business to know what you're in and what you're doing. And they could hold that against you. They'd be like, hey, your chick was in this, doing this, that, there. Be discreet about pretty much everything you are in campus.
Listen, some of y'all that want to go to HBCUs, that's real what she just said, right? HBCUs is, you know, it's like ROTC in college, right? Like they really will have you up practicing. You know, some of y'all, you know, I know I'm dating myself, but if y'all saw the movie Drumline, y'all saw them people was out there practicing at midnight, you know, at 11 o'clock at night, you know, practicing. So if some of y'all are interested in, I know we got, you know, a couple of band people that are on the call. They will have you up in the morning because they have to schedule practices. And really a lot of the athletics is like this too. They have to schedule practices around people's schedules. And so one of the easiest times that they can schedule where they know people are free, it's super early in the morning. Like it just is what it is. And so you want to be cognizant of that kind of stuff. Because some of y'all want to go to HBCU specifically so that you can be in a band. And being in the band at some of these HBCUs is a full-time job.
Yeah, let me add on to that. Another thing is if you want to do something, especially at your school, and you're being told no, I'm going to tell you directly to keep trying. So the reason why I stopped doing band is because the band director and the whole school was not really interested of having a baton twirler. So I was a majorette. I was on the dance team for a little bit, but dancing was really not my passion. I've been twirling for like 14 years now, and that's all I've known. So I've been starting my own club. Definitely do it. You start your own things. If they don't have it, find yourself a sponsor if you don't have one. You will definitely find one. Just keep striving and pushing for it. But yes, band is actually definitely a job here. You will be out weekends, never come to your room. You're most likely going to be sleeping in the band room. Because I don't know if anybody knows, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but Tennessee State has literally been on everything. They've been nominated for a Grammy. We were nominated for a Grammy. They were doing videos and everything before I got here. I don't know if y'all hear them now. They're outside practicing right now if you cannot hear them. And you will be aggravated at 1 o'clock in the morning hearing the whole percussion line down the street. But yeah, prepare for that because band, that's some really hard stuff, especially trying to catch up with your school assignments at the same time.
So my dorm is actually like across the street from the football field. Their practices end whenever. You will never know when the practice ends. You just have to be there when it starts. Man, it's really a chore. Like if you love it, then that's great for you. But I just know me, in my life now, I had no time for it. I already have too much classwork, so band is nowhere on my schedule. But if you genuinely want to do it, I say try your best, try to make it work. If you know you love band in your heart, then go for it.
Yeah. Miss Q just said, yes, that's band is a job, and that's why they give scholarships for it. Let me also say, because I know Ania probably scared some people when she said it. So in college, again, guys, you are going to kind of determine your own schedule. Ania just said, you got to wake up at 6 and we got 7 o'clock classes. You only have 7 o'clock classes if you choose to, right? So again, if you struggle to wake up right now and you hate getting out of bed every single day, when you set up your classes for your college, don't sign yourself up for those 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning classes. If you know yourself, if you know you can't do it, don't do it. Just don't set yourself up like that.
That's so real. That is so real, because let me tell you right now, I had that same incident just like 2 days ago, because I am doing registration right now and I am applying for like 1 credit next semester, because I have a new advisor this year, and the advisor I had at the beginning of the year, he understood me. We had a great like relationship and everything. I told him I'm not a morning person. You won't see me up at 8 a.m. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna fail that class. And he was like, I get you. And then I got this new advisor, and I told him the same thing. I said, look, I'm running out of classes because all of them are 8 a.m. and I'm not gonna do it. She's like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, he's bashing me. I'm like, why are you bashing me? I know who I am. Don't be coming at me. And so don't let nobody tell you who you are and where you're going to be successful at. If you know you can't wake up in the morning, don't do it. Because I promise you, you're not going to do it. Because I am not doing it. Don't do it.
And for a lot of these colleges, they have classes that start at 7 a.m. and sometimes they have classes that go until 10 or 11 o'clock at night. You know, like sometimes you can get a class that starts at 8 p.m. on some of these campuses. So you know yourself. So again, if you know that it's 7 o'clock p.m., you're not going to do well, don't sign up for that class either, especially on a Tuesday, Thursday. Because if you get a Tuesday, Thursday at 5:30, and everybody weekend starts on literally a lot of people in college, your weekend starts on Thursday at noon. Like Thursday at 1 o'clock is the weekend. So if you got a Tuesday, Thursday class that starts at 5:30, starts at 7 o'clock, just understand you're going to be missing out on some stuff, because there's going to be people that's ready to turn up on Thursday, and you're going to be like, man, I got this chem lab, you know, at 6 o'clock p.m. So just be mindful of all of that kind of stuff.
You literally just caught me out. My classes are literally
Tuesday, that means you didn't listen when I said this to you a year ago. That's what that means. I said
okay, so our freshman year, we could not make our fall semester year. We couldn't make our schedules. So I am a Tuesday, Thursday schedule. I don't have anything else. You'll find me in my room Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Literally, my class starts at 7:30 in the morning. That's the first class. On my Tuesdays, because I have my biology lab every other Tuesday, because I had to split our lab, because we had like 235 students in class. I start at 5:30 and I don't come back to my room until 9 o'clock. The caf is already closed, and hey man, I gotta fend for myself and make some ramen noodle packets when I hit my room. Just do it. Don't do it to yourself, please. Tuesday, Thursday, I ain't go nowhere. I missed out on the parties.
So somebody
I'd like to add to that, please.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes. So you'll get an advisor when you go to college. For those of you who didn't quite catch that part, you will get an advisor. And when I was advising, things have changed since I was advising, and even more since I was in school, Lord Jesus. But the point is, like, advisors have a job. And we, you know, they have goals, and the goals is to get you out of college at certain times and stuff. And, you know, studies show XYZ, whatever. But back to what, I don't remember the name, but someone, Mai was saying, you know yourself and also advocate for yourself. An advisor is going to tell you what they feel like you are supposed to do or whatever, unless it's one that really listens to you. And sometimes you will get those, and sometimes you'll get the person who's like, nah, this is what you need. This is what you're getting. And when you get one of those, don't be afraid to speak up, because at the end of the day, those are the classes that you have to pass.
I want to piggyback on what Ms. Burke just said. Harass your advisors. My advisor does not like to answer her emails nor her calls or be in her office on weekdays. So harass your advisors, because I had to make my spring schedule and I could not apply to most classes because so many people already admitted to those classes that they have a program basically where if it's over R30, I can't apply for it. That's like a sophomore more class. And that's all that was left. I had to harass my teacher, my advisor, and speak up towards her, which caused her to be mad at me and not want to help me with my schedule so I can do it on my own. But harass your advisors.
And I would say, if you don't understand something, ask questions, ask 20,000 questions. It does not matter. You need it to make sense to you. Since it's for you, you need to understand. So don't be afraid to ask 20 questions back to back.
Yes, that is a part of, like they're saying, advocate for yourself. Nobody's going to ask those questions but you. And remember, you're paying for this stuff. Like you're even with the scholarships, you're paying for this experience. So make sure that you get what you need out of it. Sharnice just said she had a study session, so she had to step off. And we are at about that time. So I will give each one of you kind of the opportunity, if there's any kind of closing thoughts you want to give our students. Outside of that, I want to say, man, thank y'all so much for giving up y'all time tonight, because, y'all were in those seats a year ago. So, let me say this, and the our college students can attest to this. Senior year is full of emotions, right? And so you can be riding high 1 month, and then like a week later you be stressed out and all of that. So second semester of senior year, for our seniors that are still on the call, I see you still have some seniors here. Second semester of senior year can be really, really stressful. So I'm saying that out loud because all of us seniors that are still on the call, I don't want you to feel like you're the only person going through those emotions. They happen for most people. A lot of times, the closer you get to graduation, there are stresses that come up that you aren't necessarily always ready for and you don't expect. So I just want to say that because I'm sure somebody will speak to it. But if there are any final thoughts that y'all have, and then I'm gonna we'll go ahead and wrap up the call. So any of you want to give some final thoughts?
Yes, I do. I want to piggyback on like knowing you're not a morning person and having early classes. Me, I'm not a morning person at all. And this semester, since my school technically chooses your schedule for you, I have an 8 a.m. Me and my roommate have the same class. And in the morning, we get up, drag ourselves, and we look at each other like, I don't want to go. And it's best to like apply for when you're doing like pre-registration or anything like that. Please do it early, because a lot of people are going to try to pick those classes that are not in the morning and stuff like that. And also, luckily, my 8 a.m. is not a very important class. It's just a new student orientation class. But a lot of times, since I'm not a morning person, it's kind of just like I sit there and I'm not fully there. So make sure you pick something where you're going to fully pay attention and fully be engaged.
Okay, well, just to end off of everything, I would, for sure, just the key thoughts that I would say, definitely take the dual enrollment classes, because you're not going to want to take them like the hard classes here. And second of all, it's just to end everything off, mental health is going to be such a big thing. Mental health, like I'm struggling. I can't even lie, I am struggling with my mental health right now. And I just want to say now that just pull through. And I have called Mr. Kenny and Mr. James crying, just bawling my eyes out many times. So if you meet anybody, just remember the upper bound is always there.
All right. I'm trying to
I'm gonna talk. If there's one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna talk to the people.
No, because we have something to do. But I would say for anyone that's like preparing for college, reach out to students that's at the college you're interested in. The best advice you can get from people is the people that's already at the school. And really make college like a time to really cater this to yourself. I mean, like this isn't high school. This is a time for you to really make life what you want it to be. So do a major that you're passionate about, be a part of stuff that you really care for, and overall just make this like the best 4 years of your life going into adulthood.
Go to them parties. Go to the parties.
Yeah, go to their parties. Go to their parties. First thing is, I don't know if Mr. Kenny ever told you, 99% of your friends that you have right now, they is not going to be your friends in high school. They out. You're going to cut them off. So you're going to realize who they are. Do not let your school drag you into random classes that you do not know about. My school had added me to a technology class, and now I have to pay $1,000 out of my pocket. It is not under my scholarships. Do not pack your whole life with you. Do not. You're gonna hate it when you have to pack it and unpack it. And be yourself. Don't have imposter syndrome, because that's gonna be like one of them things that they're gonna talk to you. And please keep Mr. Kenny around, because Mr. Kenny has been my lifesaver for the past years that I've known him, even though I took him a while to sign up for the upper bound, but he loved me for it still. Keep them around, because they are truly like, those are your guardian angels, and y'all going to need them.
Support systems are important. Not just me. I don't like most of y'all as much as I like her. So I'm playing. That's a joke. Aisha, you got anything you want to add for the people?
Yeah, I would say time management is extremely important. If you know you're going to have a STEM major, you know you have chemistry, calculus too, manage your time wisely. Don't always try to go out and party all the time. Party on the weekends, yeah, but during the week, it's time to buckle down. Get your work done before you go out anywhere. And always remember, like, watch your surroundings. I know for me on campus, there's been a lot of stuff that has happened, but you just need to watch your surroundings, make sure you're safe anywhere you go, and just pay attention.
Absolutely. That's great advice. Go ahead, Ms. Ayel, you got the last word.
Okay. Be aware of everything that's in your campus. Like if you go to college, just know where you can get help. Like CAPS and UGAs are great, except that it's a long list and waiting time. But that's just me fighting with them. And also love Mr. Kenny. He will help you out throughout your whole process. Trust me, you'll be fine. You're in good hands.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bug him a lot. Make sure you get on his nerves, because he.
Yeah, they know me a little bit better. They really mean Mrs. Leggett, Mr. James, Mrs. Stokes, that Mr. Chap. That's what they mean. They mean Mr. Terrence will have your back, not me. Not me at all. That's what they mean. They mean those other folks. Mr. Terrence. Aisha definitely meant Mr. Terrence and Mrs. Stokes. That's what she meant. But again,
that's not what I meant at all. He said it correctly.
I want to add one more thing. Can I add one more thing?
Sure.
If you ask those upperclassmen about the professors before you take those classes.
Rate my professor. Take your life.
Syllabus before you even get in the course. Please do that. It has helped me, because I avoided so many a-hole professors and got with like the easier professors. So definitely ask the upperclassmen, and definitely don't be scared to talk to people, because I mean, everybody's gonna talk to you and be friendly in college.
Alicia, how do you meet the upperclassmen? How do you know? How do you?
So for me, we use GroupMe, and we're just in this big Tuskegee University group chat. And then a lot of times, if you have like a class of 26, well, for a lot of y'all, you're going to be class of 27. If you're going to have those group chats, a lot of upperclassmen will be in those group chats to advise you anything and to help you around. So definitely ask questions within those group chats, and they will respond.
Or even go to your RAs. Your RAs do have the answers too.
They are a resource. Absolutely.
Become their besties, please. Yeah. I have a question though. Is Shantae still in here? The one senior that was here the first time?
Shantae might have gotten off. I don't see her name anymore.
I was going to ask her to send me her Cash App, because she was here.
Oh, that's what's up. And she's actually, you would love her. She's the captain of the dance team at Forest Park. So you would actually really like her. I'll connect y'all. Don't even worry about it. You know how I am. I like to connect.
I want to send her some pocket change. I'm proud of her.
I respect that. I appreciate that. All right, so that is the end. That is the end of kind of our call. I appreciate y'all so much. Some of the seniors, you know, in the little group chat I had with them, said they had some different things going on tonight. So I appreciate y'all giving us the time that y'all gave us. I know we had, you know, some had to jump out for study groups and other things. But we greatly appreciate y'all giving y'all time. Students, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like, you know, high school students, I hope y'all enjoyed it. You know, these are resources as well, right? And so if any of them talked about a major, if any of them talked about a particular school that you're interested in, you know, let us know, because we might be able to kind of let them kind of connect with you again and give you some advice about things that they're working on right now. So thank y'all so much. Thank y'all.
Thank you. And did we ask our students to type in the chat if they were present? I saw some of my Banneker folks typing.
Good job, Banneker folks.
You
yes.
got them?
Good job, Banneker folks. So yes, please type your name in the chat just in case we didn't see you. We were looking. If you are Clayton, go sign in. Ivy, go sign in. You go sign in.
Hit that. Ivy and Kelly, y'all aren't Banneker.
Hit that good old Lakai button. Alicia and Misael, Ania, they know about that. Hit that good old Lakai link and go sign in. They remember them days. That's right.
Get y'all money. Ivy, Kelly, y'all go sign in.
Yeah, sign in. Go sign in. Go do it the right way.
Also, ask Mr. Kenny for our upward bound CD. It's fire.
Oh yeah. We got bars. We might need to do that. We need a CTC theme song. We might have to make an album next year. We're gonna add it to the mixtape. You know what I'm saying? We had a little mixtape situation going on. We got some real talented folks over here too in CTC. Let's go, Sister Sandbox. I see you in the chat. Anyway, it was great seeing all of y'all. Love all of y'all bunches. I'm gonna stop this here recording. I thought I already did that, but then I kind of forgot.